Wow, these Norwegian Coastal Ranger Commandos are absolutely badass. Man, I love this stuff. Hey troops, welcome to the channel. My name's Ryan. I'm a former Royal Marines Commando. And why is that important today? Well, we're going to be reacting to the Coastal Ranger Commandos of Norway. There's a guy that's literally had the balls to try and join this group, this famous group. I believe the Royal Marines work with these on separate occasions. So I'm looking forward to this one, troops. Original video link in the description as always. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to help me out more, drop a link in Patreon and join that as well. Troops, let's get into it. Welcome. Start from the beginning.
The Coastal Ranger Commando is the eyes and ears of the Norwegian Armed Forces. They operate in the most inhospitable environment imaginable. When suspicious ships enter Norwegian waters, this is the unit that gets sent out.
Yeah.
Boarding ships is one of the most dangerous jobs in the military, not only because you're very exposed to the enemy, but the sea can be extremely rough in these parts of the world.
100%. 4-2 Commando pretty much have took this whole boarding thing from the Special Boat Service. Okay, now that's pretty much the Royal Marines role now, especially 4-2 Commandos role anyway. Boarding parties, that kind of stuff. We do all of this stuff as well, so I can understand what's going on here, guys. It's not easy, it's hard work, it's horrible work at sometimes, you know, working from the sea. It can be pretty tough, okay? It just makes soldiering so much hard.
And that's why these soldiers have to go through one of the most intense selections where less than 1% of all applicants make it through. It's a screened unit, meaning everyone's identity has to remain a secret. And until now, no outsider has ever been allowed in.
So effectively, it's a Special Forces grade military unit. Harstad, Norway.
So how hard would you say this test is?
I would say it's pretty hard. Depends from year to year. Roughly we have around 500 to 2,000 people applying.
Wow.
Out of those, we select roughly around 100 people.
Only 100 people out of those 3,000 get to try this test?
Yeah, at least get to start selection.
And how many of those will pass generally?
Average 6 to 8. 6
to 8 only. So it's a pretty hard
Very
test.
specialized, guys.
Yeah, so if I do this, if I pass the test, then I get to go on a mission with you.
Yeah. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So that made me a little bit nervous because I know that that mission, it sounds really cool and I really want to do the mission. And there are a few of these exercises that I'm a little bit worried about that I think will be hard for me.
He should be worried. They are going to be hard. And that's the thing. When you look at society, especially when I was joining the military, went through the process, got my Green Beret, went through that, you know, arduous selection course where similar statistics, not many people get through. The thing that I find interesting with all of this is loads of people want to do the end product, all right? Jumping out of planes, jumping off boats, shooting guns, but they don't understand, in truth, just how hard it is to get to that point. Getting to that point makes you, you know, enjoy that end point a little bit less. I'll be honest with you. Shooting guns is good. Jumping out of helicopters is good. Jumping off boats and raiding shores is really, really good. But doing it when you've, you know, done 30 miles worth of load carrying, you know, you could have 100+ pounds on your back. Your feet are wet. You've cut to bits. You're aching. You're tired. You're hungry. It makes the shooting a little bit less appealing. It makes jumping out of the helicopters a little less fun. So it takes a very special person to be able to do that. And when I got through, I realized that actually I was bothered a little bit about the end product, but it was the process that actually was the reason that I was there. I wanted to go through and try and push myself. The end bit was a bonus. The guys who just solely wanted to do the end bit, they didn't really make it, okay? Because you got to do a lot of hard, horrible stuff to get there in the first place.
Especially the first one. This is the one that I'm dreading the most. Like, my legs are so weak. So I think they said you have 2 minutes to finish, so you could rest. Come on. It's so quiet in here. That's the thing with Norwegians, they're always very quiet. So how many was that?
That was 40.
40?
Yeah.
So that was maximum score then?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to aim for 20.
Right, I'm not sure what, 20 what. They just walked in a straight line, 50k on the back. Not too difficult so far, but then again, I am a weightlifter.
Jeez, I hope I don't fail on the first. I wish this came later, because I don't want to fail on the first test.
3, 2.
Right, let's
1,
have a look at this.
start.
It's not a lot of weight.
2, 3, 4. Keep pace.
He's slamming his knee into the deck.
12.
He's really slamming his knees into the deck.
19. Come on. 20. Yeah, load time.
He's doing well. He's pushing himself. He was struggling at like halfway, 15, 16. He's still going at 32. That's a good effort. I'm impressed.
35.
You can tell he's really hurting.
I think you're
Come on. 34.
35.
Okay, so 34, I think he got there. He doesn't look like a big guy, so maybe he's take it back. I'm quite a, I'm 16, 17 stone. I'm only 5'10", but I've never had a problem with weight. Hence, I joined the Marines. This guy doesn't look too big, so that's a pretty solid effort, I would say.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, that is good.
I passed. That's the most. Oh, but I'm gonna feel this. And the next exercise is pull-ups, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's gonna be a rest for the legs.
I think you will pass easily.
Yeah. This one I think I should be able to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Light guys tend to do all right on this if you've got a little bit of upper body strength. It's a lot easier the lighter you are. I struggle more now with upper body strength in terms of pull-ups than I ever have done, just because my weight is a lot higher, okay? But I can still bang 10, 15 pull-ups out at 16 stone. I don't want to say quite easy, but relatively easy, okay? I feel it a lot more, though. But yeah, if you're 10 stone, 9 stone, and you do a little bit of weight training, this should be pretty simple. Hang-ups, they call them pull-ups. 10 kilograms, minimum of 4 reps.
So that's 10 kilos extra. 1.
All right, so they're hanging with 10 kilograms. That's tough.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Strong
8. 8
chin above the bar as well.
That's fairly comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, it should be at least.
And what does most recruits, what do they fail on?
We don't start with the tests before we are done with the first year. So
He's talking and doing them. This guy is pretty strong.
the people that do them are quite solid.
Okay. 5.
And look how high his chin goes over the bar. Massive that.
7, 8. I looked fairly comfortable. You're going really high.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do them again. So
Yeah.
make them count.
Okay.
Easy for him. Easy, he could go all day. Look how high his chin is above the bar. His upper body strength to his body weight ratio is very, very good.
One more in case I didn't do it. That was my favorite test so far. Do you feel like there is a lot of upper body strength in what you do?
Yeah, well, the entire body needs to work in order to be able to cope with the
Boarding
stress,
ships and stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to climbing, heavy kit, the physical strain on an operator today, with the kit we have, is pretty hard.
Yeah. So the test we're doing today, that's not the selection. That's what you guys do every year to see that you kind of maintain the strength.
You meet the standards that we demand of our operators every year. The first test that we do during selection is more like a minimum requirement to be able to start and train.
Yeah.
And after you become an operator, you need to meet these standards. That's what we expect.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time in between these. The point is kind of to go back to back, right? 4, 5, 6.
Right, so everything is weighted, I've noticed. Paying a lot of emphasis on upper body. Now, the Royal Marines, and these are Commandos as well, Coastal Ranger Commandos. I've noticed Commandos across the world tend to focus on upper body strength an awful lot because it's not just about endurance. It's about having that ability to, you got to have a little bit of grit and guile about you, be able to get over that wall with weight on your back, to be able to, trudging across the land with a Bergen on your back and, pull yourself up the ropes and stuff and climbing mountains. And Commando is to be versatile, effectively. It's got many different terms in war, but what I take from it is they want you to be very versatile. style, because they're going to throw things at you that, you know, might not have been in the job description, but guess what? You've got to do it anyway, and that's what government want of you. Same goes for these guys.
7, 8. Looks fairly easy so far, but everyone keeps talking about the last 3 exercises: the climbing the ladder, the running, and the swimming. Those are like the hardest tests.
He'll do okay on this. His upper body is pretty good.
But the first exercise was definitely not a warm-up for me, because my legs are weak as shit. Come on. So the Coastal Ranger Commando, that's the English word for...
Kystjegerkommando.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
Easy. I'm impressed with his upper body strength.
Easy.
Sure. What is the next one? Is it a deadlift?
Yes.
Deadlift. 100 kilos, 8 repetitions, that's the max.
Yeah, the minimum. You need to pass 4.
4 is the minimum.
Right, deadlifts. A lot of people struggle on these. I see a lot of guys in the gym struggle on deadlifts. You believe it or not, there's a lot of guys, especially now, who just weak as piss, to be honest with you. And that's as simply as I can put it, guys, all right? Deadlift, 100 kilograms, minimum 4 reps. From where I come from, pretty easy. I never really saw anyone in the military, in the Marines anyway, fail a 100 kilogram deadlift. It's pretty... It's not light, but it's you should be doing that as a young, strong, fit man, especially if you're wanting to wear one of these on your head. If you can't do 100 kilograms, there's something wrong. But again, there's a lot of lads do fail this in gyms where I go to, basically. I think our guy Magnus is going to have no problems with this.
This is not going to be that easy for me, and then to be honest, I still feel it. My legs, I think I should have stopped at 20. Oh, Jesus Christ, my legs.
No, he'll get 4. Easy.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get full 8, to be fair. There's 5, 3 more. Easy.
Good.
He's got strong legs. He says he hasn't.
Cool, because the different units I've been to, they called units or...
Yeah, you can say units.
People look the same, kind of. You know, you have like a special body type that are good for that unit, it seems like. I think in this unit, it seems like you're all pretty, like, fit. You build similar.
But we see that selection tends to breed various people.
Is it possible for lighter people, smaller people to also get past? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the size, actually.
Okay.
It's more about what's in your head.
It seems like...
So, just to give a bit of context to that, you know, he says unit specific seem to breed a certain body type of person. Now, I agree, when I've been around the world and I've seen other military organisations, that's kind of true. And even true in the British military. But what I will say, the Parachute Regiment, the Royal Marines, specifically, some elements of the infantry, but not so much the infantry, mainly Marines and Paras, definitely those guys, it can be any body type. I've seen tall guys, small guys, fat guys, muscly guys, skinny guys, all just surprised, you know, you think, wow, he's not going to make it, and he makes it. You know, there's been fat guys in commando training who were like some very fit fat guys, believe it or not. Very small guys who you think, no way he's going to lift that Bergen, but they were very, very strong. And then you see muscly guys and you think he'd make it, and he just didn't have the endurance. It's just such a strange array of individuals I've met, especially in the higher echelons of the British military. Standard how body types don't really apply in the British military, at least the elite parts. But here, it seems that they all seem to have a certain body type per unit. So that's where we differ, I think. Doesn't mean it's a good or bad thing, it's just an observation.
Like that's the case for most of the units, what's in your head. So did you guys already know?
Right, there, he's put his hands in his pocket. If you were doing that in the gym floor in the Royal Marines, you would be... Your arm, if you didn't have strong arms, you would have strong arms at the end of it, because you'd be doing press-ups until your arms exploded. So, yeah, someone pick him up on that.
What units you wanted to apply to, or did you try different units?
I went straight for this unit. Yeah.
Straight for this unit?
Yeah.
What made you want to try this unit?
Specialized.
Some ads on the internet and
Okay.
it look cool.
What about the location of the base? Does that affect anything? The fact that you're in like a beautiful scenery and you can do a lot of outdoorsy things.
Yeah, it helps with wanting to stay here. There's a lot of options around, as you said, hunting, skiing, diving.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do everything from here.
Norway is such a long and narrow country, so the climate is very different up here from down south.
Very
It's
different.
also way less populated. No traffic. It's just like easier life, or like slow paced, more slow paced life.
Look at that, it's beautiful.
I've
Beautiful.
done this one before. I don't know how many I did. I think it was
Brutal
about
bench.
35. Come on.
14 reps. Yeah, this is easy. Well, if you're not fat, but this is good stuff. This is good things.
And I remember this one is like, it's very easy in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just stop and becomes really, really hard. That's max, yeah? This
He's
one
gonna
seems
max.
like the hardest one so far.
This is the worst one.
This is the worst one?
Nah, he'll do 14.
Come on. 17. Come on. 18. Come on. 18. So you have to go all the way down.
All the way
And
down.
elbows have to touch the knees.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I think he's gonna get like 20 easy, this dude.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Smashing it.
6,
Go on, dude.
7, 8, 9,
Go on, go on, go on.
10, 11,
Easy 20. Easy 20.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
The music's good.
19. One more. All good.
Easy. He smashed it. Now, I don't want to be insulting when I say, oh, these are easy and stuff like that. Yeah, listen, if you're not trained and you're not fit and you're not on your game, you're going to find this kind of stuff hard. So I'm not trying to say that what they are doing is easy. I'm just talking about from my standpoint, from my background, I would find that pretty easy. But not everyone's a Royal Marine, not everyone's boxed. You know, that's pretty much what I do day to day, stay fit and healthy. So I don't mind to sound arrogant with that. This is just my forte, okay? So everything I'm saying here is still hard for the average Joe. Does that make sense? I don't think Magnus is an average Joe. He's quite a fit man.
This is about to get harder though. So the thing is, if I pass these tests, I get to go on a mission where we go out with 3 boats and board a ship. And I get to like do a real mission with these guys. But they've said that if I don't do it, it's too dangerous, so we can't do it.
Yeah, they need to see how fit he is before he does that. The thing I want to highlight as well, these tests are just their yearly tests that they have to do to keep the tick in the box, so to speak. We all have to do these things in the military. But their selection process to actually get in, their training process to actually do the job, which will probably be 6, 9, 12 months long, will be really, really tough. And this does not do it justice at all. The actual training process and what these guys go through will be absolutely brutal, troops, okay? So I want to make that clear. This is not the same as their selection process to get in.
So if I fail this test, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Then we can't do the mission.
No, this is our minimum standards
Yeah.
to
Because then,
qualify as an operator. Yeah.
then it would be too dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would risk losing. Yeah.
So it's really important that I actually pass this test, because if I don't pass any of these tests, I don't get to go on the mission. And the mission is why we came here.
He's going to pass it. Look at that, man. Bleep test. Oh no, 300 yards. 64 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't really work on yards, so I don't know if this is a hard test or not.
It's gonna be hard. They're in deep pain right now. So the thing is, I'm not able to run with them because we would have to blur their face, and 3 people running with me that we have to blur would be difficult. So that's why they do it first now, and then I do it after but this definitely seems like the hardest one so far. And I guess it's only going to get harder.
He said it every time, the hardest one, but yeah, they're all pretty tough. This guy's light, got reasonable, good athletic capability from what I've seen. I think he's going to be very, very good at this, personally. I think this is going to be his strongest one.
Harder too, like the swimming sounds really hard, and also the ladder that we're going to climb sounds difficult, so I guess what we've done so far is just a warm-up. So what was their time?
They did it in 53 seconds and 87 hundredths.
Right, and now they're going to do 5-minute rest and then do it again?
Yes.
And it'll be the worst time that counts? Or
the average
between the two? Okay. What, do you know what your
that
pulse
is pretty
right
tough.
now?
Mine right now is 110.
110. This is kind of a test of how fast you can recover in 5 minutes.
Go!
It's a VO2 max, basically. Very, very good test. Similar to the Bleep test in nature. Does test the same thing, your VO2 max.
Kom igen nu, 5, sista runda, face på.
You've just got to go balls deep, get amongst it. Yeah. That's a tough test, yeah.
No. You sure you don't want to do it again with me?
No.
Huh?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go on. You need to be quicker on that turnaround.
Good pace. 1.
I think it's there and back 3 times.
3. Good pace, good pace.
No, that's so
30
more than 3
seconds.
times.
Come on. Come on.
4,
Allt på sista.
5. Wow, this is tough.
Full fart. Come on.
Come on, go on, go on, go on.
Come on.
That seemed long.
Yep.
What we saying, is he in? It's going to be close.
57-34.
Very close. That's a hard test, actually. 6 times there and back, yeah. That's pretty brutal.
57.
Bra.
5-minute break.
I guess the trick is not to sit down. It feels like my legs are just failing me from that first exercise. It's like I'm almost afraid that I'm going to collapse because I don't feel my legs. And they also say you shouldn't stretch.
So he's got lactic acid build up. He should have had like some taurine at hand. You know what's in Red Bulls? Yeah, I know Red Bulls are bad for you, but hey, guess what? If you have Red Bull and it's got taurine in, it helps to clear the lactic acid out.
Leg muscles, I guess. Then the muscle just get loose. Like stretching before running is not a good idea. I've heard experts say. I don't know if it's true, but
I don't like to stretch before running.
Risk right now.
I don't like to
I'm not
stretch.
gonna stretch. So the distance is 22.8 meters.
Sorry.
600 yards together, so 2 times 300 yards. Yeah. My pulse is like 113 right now.
3, 2, 1, start.
Oh, go on, keep going.
Come on, push it. Come on.
He needs to make some time up, man.
Push på sista nå. Sista då. Kom igen.
Kom igen, sista runda. Håll igång. Kom igen. Kom igen, spurt. Fort.
Ja, kom igen.
I think that was a bit slower that time.
The microphone fell off.
That stall cost him a second or 2. I'm gonna go 58.
Incredible that you can get
something,
so tired
58
in 1
something.
minute. I was afraid every time I turned that my legs would just collapse.
All right, Magnus. So the first round you did it in 57.34.
I'm gonna go 58.6.
Second round you did it in 60 seconds, 0.30.
Yeah.
So that gives you an average of 58.82.
Yeah.
And that's a pass.
That's good enough.
Good.
That's good.
I'm happy, yeah. I think this was one of this and maybe the swimming I can still fail on, but the ladder I think I can do. So I just have to pass the next test then.
Yeah. If you pass the next 2 tests, you can join us.
Yeah, cool.
This is difficult. And this is bloody brilliant, this. I love this video.
We're going to do a water cast and into a swim test.
Right, so first we're gonna jump from 8 knots, and then if that's comfortable, we'll move it up to 20 knots,
20
right?
knots, yeah.
And then we have to swim for a certain distance that we don't yet know.
Yeah.
And if I at some point have to give up, get rescued by a boat, then I'm out. Is this gonna hurt at all? Or?
Nah.
The water cast might hurt a little bit. When you jump in the boat, the water pressure hits you. But with the right technique, you won't get hurt.
So like one hand behind your head, the other one here.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Well, the water is really cold, and yesterday we saw killer whales, orcas in this area. So let's hope there are no orcas today. I don't want to be orca proof.
This is so cool. Man, I'm pumped for this. This is fun, this type of stuff. This is really what you join up for. Go on. Easy.
Knots felt okay, but there's a little bit of water coming into the suit. It's not like completely waterproof.
No.
So I think it's gonna get really cold, and also jumping out from more than twice the speed of this, it's gonna be pretty scary.
Let's do it, man. This guy is awesome. Yeah, he's gonna feel this one. Yeah.
If you think that water is soft, think again. That's pretty hard. Definitely felt it in my head.
Yeah, that's the thing with water. When you're hitting it at speed, it feels like concrete. I've done a few things in my time where I've had to jump in from a height and things at speed, and yeah, it does hurt in that regard, guys.
Just, it feels so hard, the water. And that was 20 knots. And I guess these guys go even faster than that sometimes.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do the last test, and that is the rope ladder test. And I've heard that that is the hardest test. So hopefully I've saved some power for that.
He's done pretty well, man, considering. And I don't know his background. I haven't really watched many of his videos and stuff, but from what I'm seeing at this moment in time, I'm pretty impressed, you know. It's not easy stuff, and it's intimidating being in a military environment if you're not used to it. Got all the decent kit and equipment on.
So what we're practicing now is how we would board a ship.
Yeah.
So we're starting from a low position.
Yeah, we're simulating that you're in the rib. So
Yeah.
you're going to sit on the ground now and feel the waves. And you're supposed to start climbing when you're at the wave top, so the
Yeah.
rib doesn't come and hit you.
You wrap the ladder like this, right? To
Yeah.
make it more on the legs. Because we're gonna climb this 10 times in a row, so that's gonna be pretty difficult.
Whoa,
If
that is
I do
difficult.
this, we're gonna do a real mission, and then there's gonna be no safety. So if you fall off, you're gonna land in the ocean next to a moving boat, which is pretty dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of streams and stuff from the boat.
Yeah.
And
Very
there's
dangerous.
the propeller at the end of the boat. So you wanna avoid getting into the water at all costs, right?
That's right. And
Yeah.
that's why we want you to climb up 10 times, because then you
Yeah.
prove that you have the stamina
Right.
that's necessary to climb up the boat.
These are bloody
Good job.
horrible.
So that's the first lap of 10 laps.
It's not easy, man. I remember doing this in, where was it? do it all the time, but this one time in Jordan, in the Middle East, and everything you do when you're doing cliff assaults and vertical cliff assaults, you do in day, you do at night, and I was always scared of heights. I still am to this day. I just did things that I challenged myself in that regard. I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't scared of heights. I was petrified. And it didn't help either, because when you're doing it with the cave ladders across mountains and stuff like that, or up mountains and cliffs, it's difficult in a way where you're not strapped in. There's no safety, because in war there's limited safety, okay? So if you come off them caving ladders, you're pretty much falling to your death in some cases, okay? And I came close to that a few times, and honestly, guys, it's pretty tough. And the endurance part, it's a real thing. You got to be pretty strong and fit to do this, which I was, but hey, it's still really hard. He's making it look easy.
Dealing with carabiners using gloves is so much harder. So I guess this is the 5th time. So after this, it'll be halfway.
It was a good job last time, but now I want you to focus on being even more efficient.
Okay.
And be right in his back.
I missed the foothold.
Focus on keeping your upper body into the ship side.
Okay.
Have a wide stance with your legs, and just try to work vertical and not pull so hard with your arms.
To lean more toward into the wall.
He's smashing it. This dude is smashing it.
Even though this is climbing, it's kind of different because the ladder is moving and you're not the only one moving it. Like, there are people higher than you and below you that kind of move the ladder. So if you miss the foot, you're out. And also kind of simulating how it will be on a boat. I don't really know what to expect. So like from the start, I would just try to campus, but obviously there's a boat there, so I can step on the boat, but I kind of forgot that. It's kind of different from climbing, but how many times have we done this now? 7 times, yeah.
Magnus!
Yeah?
I want you to stop 2 meters above now when you screw the carabiner.
Yeah.
Because the rib that you're supposed to jump on, it has a lot of antennas.
Yeah.
So if you screw the carabiner too low, the antennas might hit you.
Yeah.
That's why we want to say 2 meters.
And then it's hard in the beginning though, the first kind of pull. I feel like I'm like pulling out no matter how hard I try.
Try to stand more on your legs and
okay.
Work yourself up
using
your legs.
Okay, so like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah.
See, you learn something every time, and he's done this 8 times now.
Good job, Magnus.
He's smashing it now.
That was 10 times.
10 times. So now we're finished with the conditioning part of the test, and we're going to do the final general test.
Okay.
That's supposed to simulate the real boarding with all the gear that we use.
Do you need this? Are you sure?
Not everyone's as strong as you,
Christ,
so
this is heavy.
We thought it's nice to use you as a breacher.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for it. So I'll take off this harness then and put on all that stuff.
Yeah, put on all this gear and get on the harness.
Meet my little friend. Doing it 10 times though, it's kind of, it's hard. It's, I definitely got out of breath. You're expected to do it so quickly that you never get a break. This is gonna be a whole nother story though. It's nice that you brought me a dry one. Didn't have to use the wet one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Do you guys ever go light? You know, light is fast sometimes. No? You sure I need all that ammo?
Yeah. Then you can do your final test. Just jump around and feel if anything's loose. Feels okay?
Feels okay.
You could fight.
I don't know how well I would fight, but I will certainly try. It's just awkward to climb with all this. And I feel like it's already been a pretty long day. We've done a lot.
I feel that you managed fine.
Okay.
So I brought you a gift.
See the...
Yes. He's going to do it. 100%. He's a strong guy. He doubts himself too much.
Jesus Christ, this weighs about the weight of me. Oh, it's like having a really heavy backpack on.
Ready?
Alrighty. I guess this is the last thing I'll do. So for this, I'm gonna climb with a top rope because the chance of me falling, I think, is pretty big. Like, I barely made it last time. Just climbing a ladder is very different. It's like, it's more about your legs, and it's about holding it weird. And I don't know how many kilos I have on me right now, but it's definitely pretty heavy. Okay, riding the wave.
Come on, you can do it. Go on.
Use your heels.
I'm not able to use my heels.
This is where when it becomes tough and difficult, that lack of actual training within a military capacity shows, and that's what I'm talking about right now. It's like I can't use my heels and everything, and just little things like that, little bits of doubt where you just need to trust the instructor, what he's saying, because he knows it's the thing that works. All right, it's the thing that will get you to the top. Once you start doubting yourself and your own ability, that's when you're going to fail anywhere.
Come on, Magnus!
How do you use your heels though?
Come on.
Strength.
Try to get your hips as close to the ladder as possible.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, there is. You need to push.
I have to give up.
Come on!
There's no way. Oh, you can lower me. I don't understand how you use your heels. It feels like I'm being hanged. Oh, that's way too heavy. This is definitely pretty hard. I mean, what you guys do is pretty tough. So what do you think? Are we gonna go on a mission together?
I think you passed with a OK plus. Let's take you on a mission.
On a real mission, without any security.
Yeah, it's it's going to be dangerous. Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be on a moving ship.
From a moving ship to another moving ship.
Yeah.
No rope or anything.
No.
Nice, man.
So you guys should make sure that you check out the next video. Thank you guys for watching.
No! I was going to do that, and he did that. This is such a good channel. I hope he allows me to react to this stuff, but yeah, I don't know where I've been all this time. I've never seen this guy. I wouldn't mind doing content like that myself. Wonder if Norway would let me do the Coastal Ranger Commando course. Drop a comment below if you think they would, guys. But other than that, thanks for stopping by. Troops, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Join Patreon.